You know, right now might be one of the most interesting and awesome times to be a gamer. All the news that's coming out, all the leaks, all the rumors and things like that really point towards what could be a golden age for gaming and a golden age for gaming consoles with this next generation. Obviously, Sony and Microsoft both have a lot of things up their sleeves, including games, including features, including services. I'm sure that things are going to kind of come together for everybody. But at the same time, you can't really stop these leaks. These leaks continue to happen. They continue to come out, and they continue to be relevant to what everybody's talking about. Now, I absolutely love leaks. I love speculation. I love talking about things that are going to come out and things that look like they're kind of rolling in motion. And in particular, we know that Sony's going to have an event possibly this upcoming week. I feel like this is going to be a huge week for news. It's going to be a huge week for a lot of people to sort of talk about what's going on. And it's going to be a huge month in general for gaming news. So this leak on the PlayStation 5 would be absolutely incredible, and I'm super excited to talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. Again, a lot of people ask what's the best way to support a YouTuber. This a simple like, and if you really want to support it, consider becoming a member, or at the very least hit that bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops, because YouTube doesn't always alert people even if you're subscribed. So hitting that bell makes sure that you get all the content as soon as it drops, because you don't want to miss anything, because we're always having a good time here. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. I really do appreciate all the support and things like that. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I listened to some of the things that you guys wanted me to do, and I've been implementing those on my channel slowly but surely, and it's really paid off. Everything's unscripted. Everything just really kind of showcases my passion for gaming. I'm with you, man. I don't like that scripted stuff. I don't like, showing boring stuff. I want to show gameplay. I've got thousands of games that I can record, and maybe you see something that piques your interest or something different than everybody else. And I know it's hard to do that because there's literally millions of YouTubers out there covering video games, but I do try to implement a little bit of fun, a little bit of something different, a little humor, and sometimes I learn stuff while you learn it, and we can learn together, and I think that's really a good way to operate a channel. I'm always willing to listen to feedback or talk to you guys about games or whatever you want, so keep that in mind as well. Now, believe it or not, we are super close to the next generation, right? Like, obviously, that's something that has been obvious for a while now. With that being said, no prices, no release dates, none of that kind of stuff yet. Look for that this month. We know that those things are going to be coming. In particular, there's a lot of things that, Sony supposedly held back, and one of the things could be one of the biggest announcements it looks like that's going to come up that we've heard so far, and I feel like this is going to be something that's really going to push a lot of people to buy a PlayStation 5, as if there weren't already enough people. I mean, we know that Sony literally is doubling their production of the PlayStation 5 from 5 million to 10 million units available at launch. The reason being, there's so much demand. You want to be able to have supply to meet demand. So if people want to go into a store and they want to buy a PlayStation 5 this holiday, they're going to be able to do that and not have to walk away empty-handed. That's how you win. That's how you sell a lot of hardware. Microsoft, on the other hand, kind of going by a different sort of strategy where they don't really particularly care if you buy their console. Maybe you're playing their games on a PC or a laptop or a iPad or an iPhone or Android or an Xbox One from 2013. They don't really care as long as you're paying a subscription or doing something along those lines, and that's the key differential between Microsoft and Sony. The other thing is, Microsoft doesn't really seem to be caring about getting killer apps at the launch for their console. Like Halo used to be the big thing, but Halo doesn't really look that good anymore. And this new one, it's sort of really, it's kind of untested, to say the least. So we have to kind of keep in mind that what Microsoft and Sony are doing are completely different from each other, but at the same time, they're both competing for that same amount, that same dollar, that same gamer, and it's really up to us to decide which one we're going to get. Hopefully, if you, in a perfect world, all of us could get all of them. I feel like that's something that would make a lot of sense as fans. We would be able to get everything at launch, but this time, with these consoles being probably $550 when you count tax, you're talking $1,100 up front, and that's before maybe any other solid-state drive add-ons or whatever, because we know they're going to be selling extra stuff like that. That 1 terabyte and 800-something gig hard drive are going to probably fill up pretty fast. If you want more controllers or whatever, or games, like Microsoft's Halo is going to be free or in Game Pass or whatever, but if you really want like some third-party party stuff, you know, the Call of Duties, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, or whatever, you're going to have to buy those games at full price. So that kind of alleviates any kind of differential between, you know, Game Pass and being able to play these third parties. Yeah, there's some like double A's and stuff like that on Microsoft's side, but those aren't nearly as impressive as like the third party stuff and things like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this kind of works out and how Microsoft and Sony both attack this. I really do think that it's going to be a lot of fun. But according to this anyway, Silent Hill, this is a game that hasn't been good in I don't know how long. When it was good, it was a PlayStation exclusive. So supposedly Sony held back Silent Hill, and now it's leaking due to multiple reports, and I will link this in the description so you can check it out. There's a relatively new social media account that really kind of reignited the hopes for the Silent Hill franchise, that it's actually poised to make a return. Obviously, you might recall that there's been rumors earlier in the year that Sony was plotting a new entry in the property for PlayStation 5, with development being led by their own Japan studio, but the speculation, you know, said it could come at any time, but that it had been in development for a little while, and it hasn't been released yet. So Sony supposedly held back some game announcements to see what Microsoft had in July. Obviously, there's a huge hope that the announcement might be made during the upcoming State of Play that could be happening in August, as soon as next week, which will take place, you know, any day now. So a new Twitter page called Silent Hill Official has actually poured fuel on the fire, and it's actually only been posting since the beginning of July. So there's some debate over, you know, whether or not this is an actual thing or not. It was mentioned by the official Konami account recently that it is. So in fact, after tweeting about the brand's recent Dead by Daylight crossover, the Japanese publisher told fans the following, and I quote, "We are sorry we got people fired up. Anything official would come first from @SilentHill or an event or something not from us. An event like State of Play, perhaps." I mean, that's the big question. Like, Sony is co-developing it. Sony is probably paying for the rental of the IP. Again, this would be a huge thing. Sony has this way of really kind of going out and getting these types of games and franchises that realistically, you know, we just haven't seen in a while, and I really think that that's awesome. You know, like, I can remember, like, they brought back Shenmue and stuff like that. Even if you weren't a fan of that, I just still think that it was pretty cool that they were able to sort of bring that back and do such a good job with, you know, bringing stuff back that people wanted to see. And again, if they can do that with Silent Hill, there's a lot of nostalgia there. Nostalgia is what PlayStation is all about, to be honest with you. So we do continually see a lot of these things come up, and hopefully this one is real. Like, I'm really hoping that we get a complete, like, it's supposedly going to be a reboot or whatever, but that's something that I feel like a lot of people will definitely be interested in checking out and checking out and seeing. And at the same time, I feel like you know, Microsoft would have a hard time topping that, because everybody's talking about, like, these little kind of what look to me to be kind of mediocre horror games, like you know, the Medium or whatever, which is like a timed Xbox exclusive, of course. You know, there's this whole contingent of people that really would probably want to go back and play like the original, which would be, you know, Silent Hill. And I feel like that's going to be exactly what we're going to see, and they're going to do a good job sort of kind of talking about it and promoting it and things like that. So hopefully we do get an update, and it is something that we see at the PlayStation review or whatever, and that's something that I'm really excited for. And Sony, like I said, they definitely know how to get people's excited hopes up and things like that. If you look at what they did this past generation before they skipped the last two E3s, they just had this way of intriguing people and getting people hyped up for the console. And even if it's something that's a few years out, I still feel like going out there and announcing some of this stuff is the best way to go about it. And they continually do a good job of getting people excited about their content that's coming. Again, Silent Hill is a huge franchise. It hasn't been good for a long time. Remember, Silent Hills got shown off for the PS4, and then it got canceled. So bringing that back, I think many people would be intrigued, and that's just another cog in the wheel that is PlayStation, because honestly, PlayStation just has a habit of like knocking it out of the park with these big AAA exclusives. I, of course, will link this in the description. You guys can check it out if you're new to my channel. I link everything, every news story, I link it in the description if it's an opinion. I don't have to link that if it is a rumor or leak like this is, and I can link it, I will, like I am today. But if I can't and somebody wants to remain anonymous, obviously have to kind of adhere to that. So again, very interesting to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Would you want to see this game come back? How does it affect you knowing that it's going to be, you know, a PlayStation exclusive, even though some of the previous ones were obviously multi-plat? Very curious to see exactly how you all feel about this, and by, you know, if it's something you would be super interested in purchasing, or if it would sway you one way or the other, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, you're interested or maybe you're not, I don't know, but it's really going to take some, you know, I think Sony really has this kind of locked in the bag, like next generation, and I think that this is just one of the things that sort of continues to showcase that Sony is really in touch with players and gamers everywhere. So let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter at @the_Crapgamer, Xbox Live, MOH Space Crapgamer, PSN just Crapgamer. If you want to talk about anything, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. It really means the world to me. Again, stay safe, happy, healthy. Game on, everybody. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.